everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2022 Porsche Taycan and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the taillights. It's just a regular factory taillight lens, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. If you like the product, link for the product will be linked below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So the tools you need in order to install the tint kit will be Slip Solution, Tack Solution, a heat gun, squeegee, and a microfiber towel. And a step-by-step guide in order to create the two solutions will be in the description below. So before we start with the installation on the taillight, we need to make sure we prep the lens. So all you need to do is apply Slip Solution on the entire taillight, and with a clean microfiber towel, remove all the contaminants that the taillight may have. So once we finish prepping the taillight, now we can start with the installation. So we're going to start by installing the tint that goes on the lower section of the middle section of the taillight here. So to start, just apply Slip Solution onto the lens and Slip Solution to the adhesive side of the film. And all you need to do is place the film to the taillight, and you're going to start from one side first. So you can start from either side, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as wherever you start, you align the tint to the edge of the taillight here. So it has to be aligned right there. Once you have it aligned, lift it carefully and apply Tack Solution underneath and on top of the film. Make sure it's still aligned, hold it in position, and with your squeegee, start tagging it down to secure it. And then slowly make your way to the rest of the film here. As you're going, make sure everything is aligned to the top edge here. So if the film does start to get dry, just lift it carefully and apply Slip Solution. That way you're able to align the film. And to squeegee the top area, apply Tack Solution. That way your squeegee is able to glide. So let's enter this section before we continue. Do the same process. Apply Tack Solution, keep it aligned, and then tack it down. And make sure as you're working with this film here, make sure to remove all of the solution that's behind the film, because if not, you will have some water bubbles left over. So you need to make sure everything is removed when you're tacking down the film. Once you finish tacking down the film, you may notice you have small fingers on the top section of the film. So to remove those fingers, all you need to do is apply Tack Solution around the area where the fingers are located. Grab your heat gun and start applying heat where the fingers are located to shrink them. And we're going to tack them down with our squeegee afterwards. So just apply heat to shrink the fingers. Once you applied enough heat to shrink the films, now we can tack them down. A method you can do to help with this process is wrapping your microfiber towel around your squeegee and tagging it down. What this does is, as you are squeegeeing the film, the microfiber towel will help remove any solution that's going up on the film and removing it for you. So you're doing two things at once. That way the film tacks down more faster. So just make sure it's sealed on top, no fingers, and you just rinse and repeat until everything is good to go. And before we move on, like I said, we need to make sure there's no water bubbles behind the film. So just clean the film beforehand and just double check and see if there is any water bubbles. If there is, you would just squeegee them out before you apply heat and seal the edges. So just remove any solution that's still trapped behind the film, and then you're done. And then we can move on to the next piece. So now we're moving on to those top section of the taillight here. So same steps. To align it, just apply Slip Solution to the taillight and Slip Solution to the adhesive side of the film. And the same process as how we did it with the lower section, it would be done with this top section. So just make sure when you place the film, align it to this edge first, and just make sure everything stays on the taillight. It will tend to go down, so just make sure to keep it here and not fall off. So to anchor it and secure it here, we need to apply Tack Solution once again. So apply Tack Solution, make sure to keep it aligned right on the edge. Okay, grab your squeegee and start tacking down just this section here. That way the film doesn't drop as we're aligning it and tacking it down to the rest. So now it's secured, it's not moving. Now we can move on with the rest of the film. So same process, just stretch it just a little bit in order to reach it to this edge here. So lift the film carefully and we're going to apply slip solution. That way we're able to stretch and align the film. So keep it aligned and just do a light stretch until you reach it to the other side. Make sure to keep it aligned as you're stretching. Looks good, looks good. Hold it in position. Once you stretch the film and align it, start tagging it down. So just apply tack solution underneath and on top of the film and tack it down. So now the next thing to do once you anchor both sections is to work on the lower section of the panel. That way we remove all the solution that's going to be trapped underneath here and then just work our way to the top. So make sure to keep everything aligned. So just align it to the top edge here. That way we don't have too much excess material underneath. Make sure you hold it and start securing the middle section. So just take your time, remove all the solution from underneath the lower section here. And another thing you can use in order to help tack down the film much faster is apply tack solution, since the tack solution will help the adhesive activate just a little bit more faster. So once you finish tacking down the lower section here, now we can move on to the top section. So just continue where you left off and bring all the solution to the top area here. That way we're able to remove all of the bubbles trapped underneath. And then once we're done removing all of the bubbles, then we're going to apply heat just to seal and tack down the film and also help remove any small fingers that you may have underneath. Apply heat all over the film and start removing and tacking down any fingers. So now we're moving on to this section of the taillight. So to start, just apply slip solution onto the lens and slip solution to the adhesive side of the film and just align this section to the edge of the taillight. So it should be aligned right there. So once you have it aligned, lift it carefully and apply tack solution. That way we anchor the film to this position and then we just work our way installing it with the rest of the film. So make sure to keep it aligned and tack it down. And then just follow the design of the panel. So you're just going to do a light stretch to reach it to the inside here. It doesn't go all the way in, so it's just covering up to a certain amount of the curve here. So just a light stretch, and that should be good. And then to tack it down, apply tack solution on top of the film. That way our squeegee is able to glide, and we just tack down the film. Make sure you squeegee the inside. And before we move on to the next one, make sure there's no solution behind the film. So just clean it, look at the film and see if there is any bubbles. If there is, just remove them. But if there isn't, then you should be good to go for the next installation. Now that it's good to go, we move on to the last piece here. Okay, so now we're moving on to the last piece here. So with this one, apply slip solution onto the lens and slip solution to the adhesive side of the film. And with this one, instead of starting on this side, we're going to start by aligning the film inside here first. So we're just aligning it up to where the tail light is about to make a curve inside the bumper area here. So right on this section, that's where you're going to align it. Once you have it there, we're going to secure it by applying tack solution underneath and on top of the film. Grab your squeegee and just start anchoring it to this section. That way it doesn't move as we are installing the film. And then once you have a good amount tacked down, all we need to do now is do a light stretch to reach it here. Once you stretch the film, apply tack solution. That way we can tack down the rest. And make sure before we tack it down, everything is aligned and secured. So if it moves, readjust it, tack it down. And just don't forget to remove the bubbles underneath the film. And then once we're done, we're going to post heat the entire panel. So once we finish with the tail light installation, the last thing to do is to post heat the entire tail light. So to post heat, all you need to do is apply Tack Solution all over the film. And we're going to apply heat all over the tail light. And as we are applying heat, we're also going to use our microfiber towel just to help it tack down and seal any edges that are still lifting. And the microfiber towel will also help us remove any solution that's on the edges of the film. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. So just take your time in doing the post heating all over the tail light. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the Taillight Tint for the 2022 Porsche Taycan. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.